Hey everyone, Abhishek here with another video. In this one we'll be making a digital clock, and this is for people who are new to web development. So without much further ado, let's jump in. So at first we'll create the folder, and as you can see I have my terminal open on the left and a Firefox window to my right for the preview. You can use any editor or any browser you want. I have chosen to use Vim for my editing and Firefox for the preview. Okay, so let's get into the folder. I will now set up the files that I am going to need. I'll need a scripts folder. I'll need a styles folder. You can also put them all in the HTML as well, but I like to keep them separate. Now for the styles file, styles.css, and for the script I'll just call it scripts.js. Okay, so all the files are now ready. Let's have a look at the structure. So this is the structure: index.html at root, then you have a folder called scripts, and in that you have a file scripts.js, and another folder called styles, and in that you have styles.css. Okay, so new Vim. Okay, so new Vim has opened up. Let's start with the HTML file at first. Okay, so format abbreviation for this HTML template, you can say. Now let's add the div tag that will hold our clock, the digital clock, and we'll also give it a onload attribute with the value of let's call it show time. So whenever this page has loaded, this div tag will look for the show time method and it will like start it. Okay, so that's it for the div tag. Let's close it off, and in the title let's just call it time. Okay, and we also have to include the CSS. So link is equals to styles that's for the style page, and for the script I'm going to include it at the end. Script, so it's equal to script.js. That does it, and the script tag has been closed. Okay, so that's it for the HTML. Now let's look into the JS at first, and we'll do CSS in the end. Okay, so for the JS, as I said, we have to define the function called showtime, and in there at first we'll need a date object for, let's call it today, and we'll create new date. Okay, now let's get the hours, minutes and seconds equals to today.get hours, let minute equals to today.get minutes, and so for seconds it will be, you guessed it right, today.get seconds. Okay, And we'll build a 12-hour format clock, so we'll also include a variable for denoting AM or PM. So let's call it half, and I'll use a ternary operator for declaring it. If h is greater than 12, then we'll assign it the value of PM, otherwise it will be initialized to AM. Okay, and one more method that we'll need, since it's a 12-hour format clock, is that we need to append zeros to the beginning of the values when they are less than 10. Like if it's 3 AM, we have to show 03 instead of 3. You can also show 3, but I think 03 double digits throughout the clock will look much better. So let's just call it function add 0, and it will take an argument. Let's call it t for time, and then we'll just simply use another ternary operator. We'll return I less than 10. If I is less than 10, we'll return 0 plus I. Otherwise we'll simply return I. Okay, we'll look into the errors in a little bit. They will be sorted. Those are ALE prompts. Don't have to worry about them for now. Okay, now let's just fix like the time for m will be m0 of m. Second will be the same, and 0 per second. For hours we have to do a bit more, because hours can be like, if the time is exactly 12 AM or anything between 12 AM to 12:59 AM, it should show 1 AM or 0:59 AM, right? So for that we'll have to add a separate condition. If h equals to 0, turning operator, then it will be 12, otherwise we'll leave it as it is. And another thing that we'll have to do for h is, since it's a 12-hour format clock, h greater than 12, if that's true, we'll subtract 12 from it to convert it into 12-hour format. Otherwise if it's in the AM time, we'll just let it be. And finally we'll call add 0 on h as well. So yeah, that's it. And we also need to update the actual variable, the clock, the div tag that we declared. So document dot get element by id, and in it we'll pass the value of clock, and then we'll modify its inner HTML equals to hours plus let's use colons for operation, colons plus minutes plus again colon plus second plus plus half. Yep, that should do it. And another crucial thing, since we need to update the clock automatically, we need another special method known as setInterval. So setInterval will give it the value of sort time, and since 1000 is the default, 1000 milliseconds is the default second argument, so we'll just leave it with one argument, and it will update the clock every other second. Okay, So that's it for the chairs. Let's hit save. Let's refresh the Firefox page. Okay, let's open up index.html. Okay, so it's blank for now. Oh, there we have messed up. 50 and you know what? Let's just change the whole thing to on. Okay, let's hit refresh. Yeah, as you can see, the time is appearing as we wanted. 11:54:59 p.m. 12 o'clock. So now we'll use CSS to make it blink. Okay, so for CSS, the basic, the body tag, for the body we'll just, I like black, so I'll just do background black. That's it for the body. Now we'll do the CSS for the clock ID, the div tag. So let's put it in the absolute center. The position will be absolute, 50% away from top, 50% away from left. What else? Let's set the color. Which color? Okay, I'll set it to a blue shade that I like. Also set it as 0. I use it almost everywhere in my projects. Okay, so let's save and refresh Firefox. Okay, so it's appearing. Let's make the font a bit bigger. Font size should be 100 pixels. Okay, and we'll set the font weight to bold so that it looks clear. Let's add some letter spacing. 8 pixels will be fine. And what else? Yeah, let's set the font family to monospace. Maybe monospace will look fine on a digital clock. Monospace, yeah. So now we'll save it again. Hit refresh. Okay, it looks quite big. Maybe decrease the size a bit. Let's set it to 70. Hit refresh again. Okay, so I think the clock is off by a little bit. Okay, so we can fix that. Let's fix the position using transform. So translate X will be, since the clock itself has been taking up some space, so we need to put in the translate value so that it's placed at the absolute center. So yeah, this should do it. Let's check it again. Yep, absolute center, looks good. So yeah guys, that was it for the video. Just made a quick digital clock. Likes and subs will be appreciated, and let me know in the comments what kind of content you want to see next. I'll be more than happy to make it for you. So thank you for watching and see you in the next one. Bye bye.